I had the most amazing bruschetta the other day. No, it wasn't tomato, but it was a combination of mussels, pickled onions, and creme fraiche. A fantastic combination. I'm going to show you my version, but using some canned mussels. Now, these are fantastic because they're in a spicy Spanish tomato sauce. They're so delicious. First, let's start with our onions. So these are just salad onions that I've finely sliced. I like salad onions because they're milder in flavour. For our pickling liquid, into a bowl, I'll add some caster sugar. So a few spoonfuls of that, along with some sherry vinegar. And we'll just mix that in and dissolve it into the sugar. And you'll also need a good pinch of salt. So if you taste this now, it's going to be strong and intense. But what it does when we mix it with our onions, the sweetness comes out of the sugar. You've got the vinegar for the acidity and then saltiness. It just works so nicely. And what I'm doing by bruising them like this is just extracting as much moisture out of those onions. So they're going to soften too. Okay, look at that. That looks good. Now, we'll just leave them for about 5 minutes, but you can do this ahead of time, up to 2 or 3 days. Okay, now for our bread, just some good old sourdough. The staler this is, the better, because it's going to be nice and crunchy. I'll get my serrated knife, and we want 2 nice, thick pieces of bread. And instead of just grilling this, I'm going to fry it in some clarified butter. Allow it to melt and then drain off any milk solids. So all those little white parts we want removed, and we just want that liquid gold. By removing those milk solids, this butter is not going to burn. In actual fact, it's going to caramelize this bread so nicely. So into the clarified butter, and just press down on them so we get an even colour. It's going to take about 1 to 2 minutes on each side until it's crispy and golden. This bread is so decadent. How good is that? We'll just drain it on some paper toweling. And we're ready to plate up and start layering. So let's just do one of these. Nice hot toast onto a plate. We'll add our tapas-style mussels and drizzle some of that spicy tomato sauce over the top. Some creme fraiche, just a small spoonful in the centre like that. And our pickled onions over the top, scatter them over. We need some freshness, so parsley is always reliable for that. And just a few sprigs of fresh leaves, and they can just be the garnish and also a really integral part of this wonderful little bundle of joy. And it really reminds me of being in San Sebastian in Spain, going around to all those wonderful bars, all the tapas on display, so delicious. This is something they'd serve, but if you can't get to Spain, we'll make your own tapas at home. Yum.